Well guys, welcome back to my DIY trailer remodel. Boy, I really don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to cram a lot of projects into one video. Starting out, I've really got to get curtains put up in this trailer for privacy and a little bit of cooling from the hot sun. Trailers do not have standard size windows, so you will never be able to just go pick up a pair of curtains at the store for your camper or trailer. I went ahead and made these with self-adhesive double-sided tape. They're not my dream curtains, but they got the job done and it didn't require any sewing. At last, it is finally time to tackle my accent walls in my travel trailer. Yes, I'm going to be putting several accent walls in this trailer because even though it's a tiny space, you can still have a pop of color. In passing through the hardware store, my eyes were immediately drawn to this vibrant shade of teal, so I went ahead and grabbed 1 quart of paint and brought it back to the trailer. I also shopped online and found this beautiful wall decal that I think I will be sticking on top of my accent wall paint. It's a little bit smaller than I wanted it to be now that I have it in person, but I'm still going to use it anyway. Okay, now I need to prep before I do my final painting. I normally really enjoy anything requiring painting, but I am getting really fatigued with all the cabinets and the walls that I had to paint for this trailer, so I'm going to be really happy when I'm done painting completely and can just start cleaning up. One of the tasks I hate most in this life is measuring. I just vehemently hate having to make any measurements of any kind whatsoever. But I went ahead and used a ruler for these accent walls, and they came out pretty close to what I wanted. I'm creating a 6-inch stripe pattern for the walls, and I hope that it will actually kind of elongate the space visually and make it look a little bit bigger than it actually is. We'll see how this turns out. Measuring and applying all the tape was really tedious and very time consuming. Super boring project, but I'm so glad I did it later because it made rolling the walls much faster. Again, over in the bunk bed area, I'm really regretting in this project that I didn't just completely remove the upper bunk entirely. That would create more headspace on the lower bunk. I really don't think anybody's going to be sleeping on the second story of the bunk bed, and if I could go back, I would just take it out and put some cool wall shelves. Okay, let's apply this paint. I'm really liking the color. It's just really vibrant. It really pops really nicely. Blue is by far my absolute favoriteest color, so I really definitely plan on incorporating all kinds of shades of blue throughout this trailer without committing to one shade in particular. Maybe it's just living in Texas where it's so hot, but every time I go into like a blue space, I instantly feel like I've cooled down at least a few degrees. Visually, a very relaxing, very calming color. Okay, I'm really liking the way this is turning out. Let's see how it looks in the bathroom. Okay, what do you think? Do you think that this is going to make the space look bigger or smaller? At any rate, I think it is breaking up the monotony of the white walls pretty well. I'm going to do some stripes above the bunk bed area just so that visually when you look back here, it looks a little bit more interesting. And I think it ties really well with the rest of the camper since I did one accent wall in the living room. Oh, I really do hate having to crawl up onto this second bunk. Okay, now I've got to go back with a small paintbrush to paint in all the spaces that the ruler did not get. Okay, more than exhausted from all the taping and painting and rolling that I've done, I decide to come back the next day when everything is dry. I am completely done with the blue paint, so now I can come back in with some white touch-up paint after removing the tape. Before I get going on the paint work, I go ahead and take time to tie back my curtains that I made with some ribbon I purchased at the store. I think this gives the curtains a more finished look and also lets in the light a little bit better. Okay, now for something really fun. I could tell immediately that this would be one of the most gratifying experiences I would get all week. I really hated putting this tape up, it was so time consuming, but peeling it off right now is absolutely gratifying. It really is the simple things in life that make it bearable. The tape did not do a perfect job keeping the blue paint in place, but I will be going back over with a very small brush and some white paint to touch up any areas that are messed up. So satisfying and one of the fastest projects that I've been tasked with this week. Okay, I'm really liking the way that these accent walls are coming out so far. I'm pretty happy. As I'm taking the tape off, I see that I did not measure everything perfectly and that my stripes are not all the same size. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, so I'm just going to proceed forward. Okay, time for the white touch-up paint. I got myself an extra tiny paintbrush so I can make very small strokes. There aren't too many mistakes that I need to touch up with white paint, so I'm hoping this will go fast. And of course, I can't resist doing touch-up in a few other places on the walls also. Okay, not bad. I am liking the way this is turning out. Now I'm going to be sticking up my wall decals that I bought online. I only have a few spots I'm going to put these in just for a little bit of flair. While I let the white touch-up paint dry, I decide I'm going to go ahead and attempt to install my RV toilet. Wow, it has been a year, if not longer, since I actually filmed taking this toilet out of this trailer, and I can't believe I'm actually putting it back in place. It's a little bit surreal. It was also super challenging to work in such a tight space and get the water hooked up. Okay, here I went ahead and I purchased a self-adhesive toilet paper roll holder and I stuck it to the door just to save extra space in such a tiny bathroom. I think it works pretty well. I also got self-adhesive towel hooks. They came in a pack of 4 and I'm going to be sticking 2 on the wall and 2 actually in the shower so that my guest has an option of putting the towel in the shower or on the wall. And of course I'm hanging up a shower curtain even though it probably is too soon to start decorating. Wow, it's like this is an actual functioning, usable bathroom now and it has taken so long to get here. I'm really wondering if those self-adhesive towel hooks are actually going to be able to hold up any towels. Okay, now let's go ahead and put up these wall decals and see how that looks. I'm hoping these wall decals won't make the space look too busy. It's really important when you're in such a tiny space to not overcrowd a space visually. So we'll see how they turn out. These decals have adhesive on the back of them already, but I went the extra mile and sprayed construction adhesive to the back of them outside before sticking them on the walls. I want to make sure that in the extreme heat or cold inside this camper that they're not going to be peeling off at any point in the future. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to be going anywhere. Okay, now I'm going to be doing a little bit of cleaning up in the trailer. It's so important for me to clean up as I work because I really start to get lost and confused about what I'm doing if I don't have a clean workspace. With things tidied up just a little bit, I can sit back and reflect on the work I've already done and kind of decide if I like it or not. All in all, I'm so happy with the way this trailer is turning out, and I really do like the accent walls I added. I think it's much better than just leaving them white. Up next, I've really got to fix a few plumbing leaks that I have. I have a leak behind my tub that needs a new washer. So that is what I will be tackling next. Until next time guys, let's just keep on DIYing those projects.